You're not going to believe what Canada is actually considering to do right now. You won't find this on CNN or in your school textbooks. This isn't satire. This isn't hyperbole. Canadian politicians are reportedly discussing whether kids should be allowed to end their lives without even telling their parents. This video exposes what's really happening with Canada's Medical Assistance in Dying, or MAiD program, and how leftist ideology is spiraling into something truly terrifying. It's teen suicide by state, and it's part of a sick philosophy. But on the other hand, this goes even darker than you thought. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Look, if you've been with this channel for a while, you know I don't usually cover topics like this. But when I came across a piece in PJ Media about what's happening up in Canada, it absolutely floored me. I mean, genuinely shocked. Sure, we've all seen how Trudeau and his parliament went full authoritarian during COVID and never really wanted to come back after COVID ended. But even with that, I never imagined they'd cross into this territory, assisted suicide for children, without even telling the parents. That's not just radical, guys. That's horrifying. So here's a question for you. What kind of country tells children they can't buy cigarettes, but maybe, just maybe, can choose to end their lives without even letting mom and dad know? Welcome to Justin Trudeau's Canada, where the government may soon empower minors to choose euthanasia while their parents are kept completely in the dark. Yeah, I know Mark Carney is the PM now, but it was Trudeau who allowed this once great Canada to fall this low. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm going through an article by PJ Media on the situation going on with our friends up north. Look, I have a lot of friends and people who support this channel who are from Canada. We love the Canadian people. Like to know what the hell is going on with the people up there because they keep electing these lunatics to run their country. Now, some of the politicians in the increasingly communist and dictatorial country of Canada are reportedly still considering allowing kids to be euthanized, even without parental consent. This is outright murder as far as I'm concerned. Now, let's pause. Take that in, because this isn't a dystopian sci-fi flick. It's a House of Commons policy decision. And here's where it gets colder than a Canadian winter. This same political crowd bans teens from vaping, blocks gun safety classes, and rages against giving them a tattoo. But these same people say children should have the right to permanently do things to their bodies that I don't think we're allowed to actually mention here. And now maybe even request state-assisted suicide. Yes, this is real. Here's a brochure called Euthanasia in Canada. And look at who sponsored it. The Evangelical Fellowship of Canada. The left even bastardized evangelical Christianity. It says, founded in 1964, the EFC fosters ministry partnerships, conducts research on religious and social trends, and provides a constructive voice for biblical principles in life and society, and I guess now death. This is Christianity run amok. It's like witnessing a real-life Handmaid's Tale where in the name of religion, these people are talking about euthanizing fellow citizens and now possibly children. Let me quote directly from the brochure that was published in a summer-fall edition of 2024. It says, a special committee of MPs and senators studying MAiD has recommended allowing MAiD for mature minors. Mature minors. A mature minor is a child or teen who is deemed capable of making a decision for MAiD. This would essentially remove the minimum age of eligibility. Translation: if a child feels mature, the government could greenlight their death. Oh, and it gets worse. It says, the committee also suggested parents may not be consulted and wouldn't need to consent to their child's death via MAiD. These people are actually writing this in a brochure. Children are uniquely vulnerable, therefore we should take advantage of. Canada's first priority must be to provide high-quality medical care for children. Do you see what they do? They're trying to act like they're doing this for the benefit of the child. Holy mackerel. Let that sink in, guys. The parents don't get a say. The child gets a state-sponsored needle, or however they do it up there. This isn't healthcare. This isn't religious mentoring. It's a horror show. And it fits perfectly into the left's worldview. The same ideology that insists kids can pick their gender, sue their parents, and live without rules is now dangling state-sanctioned suicide as a choice. My body, my choice, right? Because nothing says progress like handing a depressed teenager a death certificate. Now remember, suicide is morally wrong, but it should also be obvious that allowing a socialist medical system and government the power to pressure patients to commit suicide and assist them in killing themselves is terribly dangerous and easily abused. This is inevitably what happens when you have a socialist medicine. It's called rationing. As the late, great Margaret Thatcher once said, socialism is great until you run out of other people's money. That's when the rationing begins. That's when they say, look, we can't afford to give health care to everyone that wants it, so we're going to have to start to ration. And if you think that kind of abuse wouldn't happen, think again. We've already seen Western hospitals override parents' wishes, pulling children off life support, even when another country offers help. Remember that? Like in 2017, when baby Charlie Gard's parents wanted to take him to the U.S. for treatment, the hospital said no. The hospital, not the parents, the hospital. The European court said no. And Charlie died under government orders. Or in 2018, baby Alfie Evans. Same situation, same result. Parents wanted life. Bureaucrats wanted death. Guess who won? Guess who lost? This is what happens when a government decides it owns your kids. When it believes your authority as a parent is conditional and revocable. The truth is, leftism has become a cult. It's a death cult. Leftism really is a death cult. Leftists are making the once free West a truly terrifying place to live. The forced eugenics of the early 20th century is returning with a vengeance and with more effectively genocidal technology than ever. The same people who scream, my body, my choice, when it's about abortion or hormones, are now whispering, your child, our choice, when it comes to ending their lives. But there's a bright side. More people are waking up to this madness. Parents are fighting back. Lawmakers are raising alarms. And if we keep exposing this lunacy, if we keep shouting the truth through the fog of media cover-ups and political gaslighting, then just maybe we can stop this before another child becomes a statistic. So stand strong, fight back, and never let the state play God with your family. All right, thank you for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with the fight against dangerous policies like these in Canada and beyond. I'll see you in the next one.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend.